Hey guys, it's Casey, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made a cosplay for $50. As you can maybe tell if you're a fan of One Piece, the person that I cosplayed as is the wonderful Portgas D Ace, who is my favorite, just the sweetest fire boy who deserved so much better. Don't even get me started, I'm still mourning. Hi. This is a video and I'm going to be incredibly awkward and basically walk you through my process of making this cosplay because my mom wanted to go to the Renaissance fair that's kind of close to where I live, and they always have a little pirate section, and so I was like, I'm going to dress up as my favorite pirate. I was going to try and get my little brother to dress up as Luffy, but it didn't happen. So anyway, I was still going to go as Ace because that's just who I am as a person, and I was like really on a budget because I'm a broke ass college student. So I wanted to kind of walk you through my process, show you what I did, and hopefully you guys can also kind of take these ideas and make a budget cosplay yourself or whatever you feel like doing. I made a list right here of everything that I bought because I actually lost or threw away the receipt because this was a couple months ago. Sorry, I'm really bad at filming consistently and doing it when I should. So I'm basically just gonna get you started here and talk about what I did. So I'm gonna start out with the stuff that I already owned and just like get that out of the way because I know that for some people this may not be exactly the same. So because I'm somebody that like is really into arts and crafts and stuff anyway. So I already owned a whole bunch of polymer clay, which is right here. I have a big old bag of it. And I also already have a glue gun, paintbrushes, and fixative, and then I also already had clothing items that I needed because this was sort of a closet cosplay with like a lot on top of it. So I already owned a black bodysuit that I sort of kind of bought for this cosplay, but also I wanted one to like wear skirts with and that kind of thing. So you could do that, or you could wear pretty much any shirt. I mean, if you're a guy, you could go shirtless. I just wasn't gonna like be titties out. So I also have a pair of black shorts, which is right here, and I wore these. And I also already owned a pair of black boots. I have a pair of black shorts and a pair of black boots or sneakers or whatever, and then a shirt. I mean, I would go personally with like a black or white one just so it's like neutral, but anything you want. He has a really basic outfit in terms of like the clothing you need for it, and then you can just build accessories around that. The things that I actually bought, I got literally everything from Michael's, and I'm gonna try and put the prices of everything on the screen of what I found online. Like I said, I don't have the receipt, but I know that I got a couple things in this set on sale, so those prices may not be right on a couple of them, but anyway, I'm just gonna go through it and stop blabbering. Also, if you see this band-aid, I got my flu shot today, so I'm in pain and there's a band-aid, so there you go. The first thing that I got was a set of wooden beads. I actually got 2 packs of them and they were $4 each, and I ended up painting them red beads. They're in a plastic bag now so that I didn't lose them, and that's what I used to make this necklace, and also what I used to make the like little string that goes around the brim of the hat. I also got a wooden spool. That's what I used to make this charm here. I just painted it like a gold color. I'm gonna go through the paint in a bit, but yeah, that's what I got next. I also bought this thing of satin blue ribbon. This was also, I believe, $5. This might have been on sale, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't use that much of it, so it's kind of annoying that you can't just buy like a foot of ribbon. You're like committed to an entire roll of it, like however big this is, but I have plenty if I need it for something else. Anyway, I got this for the little pouch around his leg. Next, I got a thing of black cord. Oh, I'm gonna try and make it nicer, but I got this to make the necklace with, and I also use that to do the brim of the hat as well. And so that just made it easier because I didn't want any like something super flimsy. I wanted it to be like a thick necklace, you know what I mean? And next I also bought this thing of orange yarn, which was luckily really cheap because there's so much of it that's still left, and that's obviously what I did to make the actual strap of the hat. And then next, the actual hat. I was worried I was gonna have to go to like a Party City store and it would be kind of expensive, but this was just a foam cowboy or like explorer's hat, and I believe this was like $2. So that was really cool. I ended up having to paint it, and because it was foam, it took like 6 to 8 layers of the paint. So it was a labor of love for sure, but I think it came out really nice. And it's like, it was $2. Like, you're not gonna get much better than that. I also got this is kind of like a combination thing that I'm showing you, but I got a little wooden sphere and a little like circle thing to like mount the sphere onto, and I also got 2 bracelets to paint and make like his, and I also got a little canvas pouch that I don't have to like show you at this point because I cut it up to make into a pouch. Oh, so I got a lot of paint, obviously, and that's kind of like the biggest thing about this. I knew that I would need the most of the orange paint to like paint this hat, so I actually got 16 ounces of orange paint, which is like Nicole's or whatever, and this I believe was about $5, but I think this was on sale for less than that. I don't think I paid actually $5 for this, so keep that in mind. But anyway, moving along, I also got 6 bottles of regular acrylic paint. I got a white, a gold, a black, a purple, a red, and a light blue. And I had this, I got these colors in particular, these 3, because I used the acrylic paint to paint his tattoo on my back. And then the red, blue, and gold were for other parts of his costume that I knew I needed to paint. So the gold is what I used on this charm. The red is obviously what I used on the beads. And I also got a orange baseball cap. This is the brim of it that was left over. And I used that to make his elbow guard. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in my process. But that's the overview of the supplies. Oh, the only other thing I bought that I thought I would mention is that I did buy hot glue. So it is possible to do this without any actual sewing or real skills whatsoever. That I bought, that comes to a grand total of $51.09. So that is literally a cosplay for 50 bucks. I think I got a discount on a couple of those things. But anyway, the point is that you can create this cosplay. Grab a couple things out of your closet, $50, there you go, you got a sweet ass ace cosplay. Hell yeah. So let's get into what I did. So I'm going to start with the hat because that's like the biggest part of his costume. So basically what I did is I obviously had this foam hat that I bought, and the first thing I did was that I painted it. I did like maybe 2 layers on the underside because it wasn't like, no one's going to really see this, so it didn't need to be as perfect. And then on the top I did like probably 6 to 8. And then I threaded a bit of this orange yarn through the top. You can kind of see it under here, and then that's where the actual like beads hang from. And then I wrapped string of red wooden beads around it, and I made these charms, like his little goggle looking things. I did this out of clay. I cut circles out of cardboard. I just had like a shoebox laying around, and I cut circles out of it, and then I molded clay onto the cardboard so it would have like more of a secure backing to it. And then I hot glued these on there as well. I don't know if I'll be able to show that on camera, but they're secured like that so they're not moving anywhere. I glued them on the back of it and then on the bottom as well. And I just stuck this extra bead right in there to make it look like it was all connected on one single thread. So then moving down, I have the little charm of the like ox skull or whatever this is supposed to be. And again, I just used a piece of cardboard and I painted it orange, and then I molded the skull out of the polymer clay. Underneath that, I attached the little, the spool, and then below that I had basically made like a pom-pom out of the orange yarn, and I cut the one end of it and attached it to the bottom so that it was all hanging together like that, and that's basically how I did that. The next thing I'm going to show you that I made is his log pose. So that was really kind of challenging. I wasn't sure how I wanted to approach that because I didn't really have like a clear sphere to like make a compass out of. So I decided to just keep it simple, and I made this. This is his log post, and I can actually wear it, as you'll see in the pictures. But basically I took a wooden sphere and I hot glued it onto this like little button looking thing, and I secured that to a little faux leather bracelet that I actually got while thrifting, so this was only like $1.99. I just let it dry for a very long time and then painted the whole thing just that light blue color. And the next thing is that, this is kind of like funny but pathetic, So Ace has a black and white striped bracelet, and I actually made one like right after we first met him as a character in the show because I was obsessed with him from literally day one. But I do have the one that I bought because I found this for like $2 at the thrift store, and this is exactly what his bracelet looks like. So that was a really cool find. So I would just pop this on and then put the log post on there. So the next thing, his elbow guard. This was really complicated. So this I made from a baseball hat. So I used the like strap from the inside for the one end, and then I used the little clips from the back of the hat as the other end to secure it onto my arm. So I basically just cut up this hat. You can just slide this onto your arm, and it's kind of like big and ugly, but you know what? It's an elbow guard. I wasn't gonna find an orange one like at a sporting goods store or like CVS or whatever. So I thought that was really like creative because it was only like $2, this hat. And I cut it up and made a pretty decent elbow guard with just scissors and hot glue. So the next thing I made completely out of cardboard was his belt buckle, and then I just taped it to a belt that I had with duct tape. So there's that. But basically what I did was I drew his little logo or whatever on a piece of cardboard and then cut out these like the gray sections and painted them, and then I got another piece of cardboard and I painted it red, and then I just glued everything down so it made the A like on the inside, if you know what I mean. So that was really easy to make. All I needed was just some cardboard and paint. And then the next thing I had to make was the pouch that he has on his leg. And so I found a little canvas bag that had like rope straps on it, and I cut it up and used the straps to make a little pouch. And so these are glued down, but this actually does have like a flap and everything. So all I did for this was just use paint, a pair of scissors, and hot glue. And then the last thing I want to talk about is that I had a fixative spray because I am a like artist, if you didn't know. And so a lot of times I spray down like portraits and stuff like that that are all in pencil, because if you don't, then the lead will rub off on everything and that's not cute. So I just sprayed everything down, like this hat especially, and then the bracelets with the fixative so that if it, in case it rained, it wouldn't be destroyed. And it actually worked out really well, because I don't know why this polymer clay doesn't get like completely hard and you can't bake it. I tried and it melted. So this is the second batch of little goggle pieces that I had to make. But yeah, anyway, I digress. This made it kind of like hard, and it did end up raining while we were there, and I was completely fine, and obviously still looks really good. So there's that. The last thing I wanted to mention about doing a cosplay like this is that you can do a lot with makeup. I mean, I know Ace isn't really a character that's like super dramatic in that department, but honestly, just like making yourself look more like the character in terms of that can help a lot with your cosplay, even if you only have like shorts and a hat, you know? So pretty much all I did is the night before I put my hair in braids like this, so the next day it would be wavy like his is, and then I pinned it up to be about like shoulder length, and then I did more of like a cartoony eye look so that my eyes look bigger and more anime-like. I'm not gonna go like in depth on the tutorial or whatever, but I also then added a bunch of freckles. I don't know if you can see, I kind of tried to recreate them today, but I just went in with like black eyeliner and went dot 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 all over my nose because he has the iconic Ace freckles. So that's pretty much all I really had to do with makeup, and then I just made sure that the bodysuit that I wore, but I just made sure that there was enough space at the top of my back, like between my shoulder blades, where I could have the white beard tattoo displayed in full glory. So again, his cosplay isn't like the most complicated to do. It's just like a necklace, bracelets, and a hat. That's pretty much all you really need. And then if you have paint, you can make his tattoos. I just used the black to make the ASCE on his arm, and then my brother helped me paint the little white beard skull and crossbows on my back. And so I obviously will like be including pictures throughout this video, but that's pretty much my process that I went through. It was $50 at the craft store, not that much time or effort, and it was fabulous. A lot of people recognized me. I had so much fun. He's like my absolute favorite character, and I loved it. So I'm planning on making this sort of a series or like talking about how you can cosplay on a budget, just using like what you have in your closet or a quick trip to the store, like not that much money. So yeah, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, that it was helpful in some way. And make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.